own kitchen space. Harsh reality check. I really don't want to commit to a place that I can't afford. Got the lease agreement. They did take away the sinks. That was not cool. Like everything, I will sort it out.
Hey, I'm Natalia, and I own Curious Cat Bakery, an all-vegan bakery based out of Florida, where I make the best croissants you've ever had that just happen to be vegan. Now forget everything you think you know about owning a bakery, because it's nothing like a rom-com. Sure, there are the awesome moments like seeing your stuff in grocery shelves and selling out at markets, but there's also a whole lot of work behind it. And I'm about to show you the real deal of what goes on behind the scenes at a bakery. And the reality is not always so sweet, but that's what oat milk lattes are for, which go well with some fresh pastries, and luckily in my line of work, there's always plenty of those around.
Going on a little adventure today. We have a delivery to do in Orlando, but then we're shopping for equipment for the new kitchen. This is what gives me excitement these days. Like, we're stopping by a couple of stores, one in Orlando, another one in Lakeland. This is like industrial commercial equipment, so these prices are a little bit higher than I would like. So I just want to shop around and see what other people have. Maybe they have something refurbished, or maybe they just have a better deal. I don't know, but you're coming along. And I knew prices were high because just a few weeks before, I went to this place in Largo that every place gets their stuff from. And I don't know why I thought this was hilarious, but I thought this was so Florida. Like, the adult factory store outlet is just steps away from the restaurant outlet. You know, why not? I walked around, saw some of the stuff that they had, and I was completely and utterly overwhelmed by the size and scope of the whole project. I am so overwhelmed. Like, well, I need a mixer that will last me a long time and not be a pain to work with. And that will not cost a fortune. The brands, the sizes, the everything's, I feel like I need somebody here to like just talk this through with me, because I'm just a girl. I'm literally just a girl. Like, what? I need an adult to make these decisions. We'll sort it out. We've sorted things out up until this point. We will continue to sort them out. We just need to be dramatic first. Which brings us to our trip to Orlando. We had to stop at Winter Park Biscuit Company for a little refresh after a long drive on I-4. This is the best place for vegan food, period. Every time I have like a panic moment where I can't believe this is vegan. It's so good. Once I was fed, it was time for a first stop at Restaurant Equipment World in Orlando. This place is enormous, and it had a lot of the things that I needed, starting with the proofers. Seems like that will hold the pan really well. The other one's a lot cheaper, but I'll show you how the pans are. Like, this is where you would put the pans, and I don't know, like, I might put it toward us to make sure that it works. So right behind me, you have a commercial mixer. For reference, currently we use a 30 quart at the kitchen. This is 80. For scale, almost as tall as I am. This bowl, it's so heavy that you need a little cart to carry it out. Now, put in the comments how much you think that costs. No cheating. Did you put it in the comments? Do you want to know how much it costs? And this is pre-owned. Not a huge piece of equipment, but we do need these. And I got a card. I think we'll get our proofers from here, but everything else, the hunt continues. The hunt continues for everything else. Now, off to another place in Lakeland. Now, this spot was also gigantic, and they had a lot of scratch and dent stuff, which meant these are perfectly good things. They come with warranty, like they are perfect. However, they don't look perfect, so there's literal scratch and dents on it. Do I care about it? No, absolutely not. As long as they work properly, I don't really care that they have little imperfections. All right, you know what we bought today? Nothing. Oh my God, my hair looks insane, and I'm sweating. Winter lasted a whole of 3 hours today. Overwhelming to have to buy all of the things, but I did have a good talk to the guy, and I was like, I am kind of overwhelmed. Like, what should I buy? Some of these mixers are super freaking expensive. And he was like really honest, and he was like, honestly, you do not need to buy the Cadillac of mixers. You can go for the next best thing. Like, that's still gonna work super well. And he gave me like a bunch of brand names that I will be looking up. I'm gonna send him an email with everything that I need. He's gonna send me a nice itemized quote. He mentioned it's holiday season and I'm like super stressed and I have 18,000 things to do. It is. And now I need to drive back to St. Pete. It's 4 o'clock and it's gonna be rush hour traffic. You know what? It's fine. We're a little overwhelmed, but it's gonna be okay. This is all good things.
In the next couple of days, I did get itemized quotes from both stores, the one in Largo and the one in Lakeland. And then I got to work in doing my research to see exactly what was out there, what I needed. It felt extremely old school to be looking through an actual catalog of things like dollies and tables that I might need at the new space, but it was kind of better than to just infinitely looking at a screen. And because I'm me, I did make a spreadsheet and I just listed everything that I needed with links and how much it costs and the best place to get it so far in my research, so I could keep track of exactly how much this was going to cost me. It also involved a lot of measuring and going back and forth to try to see exactly the dimensions of what I actually needed. But one product that definitely stumped me was the dough sheeter. We're gonna do a separate video on the quest for the dough sheeter because I got quotes that were very scary, and then I also did some research. I ended up on Reddit threads. It was like a whole saga. We'll do a separate video on this because the saga continues. So now let's go see when those proofers arrived.
Oh, our first delivery is officially here. Those are some mad driving skills, let me tell you. I could never. I think he's going to the back door. Our first back door delivery. How exciting. Don't make it sound dirty. It's not. So they're going in there. Do you prefer to go through the front door or the back? Doesn't matter. And it's good that we have these blinds. These blinds are gonna go. No question about it. Hate them. However, for now, I'm glad they're there because I forgot to bring butcher paper to cover all the windows. And that way the equipment is not just like exposed to the world while we're not here on a daily basis. That's not gonna be a problem when we're here, but like, as we're setting up, I'm glad that we have this kind of like a little bit of privacy. We got equipment. We are, like, this is happening. This is actually happening.
Then the next delivery were fridges and freezers.
Okay, good. This is the freezer.
Yeah, that is huge.
Where is the
We're gonna have to remove that.
Okay.
So I am starving, and I said I wasn't gonna touch that window anymore because that's where I had an encounter with a spider. However, now we have this fancy machinery over here that I really wanted to be exposed. Like, you can see everything from outside, and I just don't love the idea of an empty space with expensive machinery that I work really hard to pay for.
So I put on my big girl pants and I did it, okay? Did I like it? No, but this is the unglamorous part of business ownership. You just have to deal with the spider in your own space. And you also have to move your own stuff.
Oh my God, this is so tall. Okay, so we're in a big ass truck. This is apparently the month of doing terrifying things. Where do I set you down? I had to get a truck to move the freezers and the fridge that are in the other kitchen, and I also have to go pick up a giant sink. They did not have the 10-foot truck, they were out, so I had to get a 20-foot truck. I am terrified, honestly, and I'm just gonna drive very, very slowly. The kid is the only word to describe it. The 16-year-old, I would believe, that works at U-Haul. If you had any tips, I was like, I've never driven this. Do you have any tips for how to drive a giant truck like that? His tip was, just watch where you're going. Oh, thanks, dude. That's super helpful. I'm like hyperventilating right now. Woof. This is tense.
Now, one thing I didn't mention is the reason why I had to get the sink by myself is because I had a big event the next day. That meant Dan and some of my friends, Manny and Jess, were so kind to help move the other stuff.
Just behind me. I'm doing good.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Attaboy! I was like, hey, Dave, how about behind me? Oh, God. This is how I'll get my second hernia.
Okay, I admit it, I kind of underestimated the amount of effort this would take. I've apologized to both of them. It's all good. They are amazing friends. And then the next day, me and Dan tried to get these proofers out of their block boxes. Whatever they came in, it was really hard to do. And so at that point, I was starting to have a panic attack.
Kind of like the next step in your dream, right? Like, I know it's stressful, there's a lot of things to organize, to do, to pay for, but like, I don't know, every step's been a little bit scary, and then you do it, and this is your next big one, and look how cool it is. Pretty freaking cool, so.
I know, it is kind of starting to come together, isn't it?
Anyways, yeah.
Some days and some rest later, in came in Zach, another friend recruited to try to get these proofers out. Also, clearly, I've been so busy I haven't had time to do laundry. I'm looking at this outfit and yeah, it's laundry day, guys. It's laundry
I
day.
just wouldn't lay the glass on.
No, yeah, just
On top of here, just like fully.
just like walk it over, lay it down. So you want me holding it over here
I was
the whole
thinking you
time.
wanted to tilt it.
Remove that.
So we're laying it flat on the ground.
Right? You want to try that?
Sure.
Is it perfect like a fridge? I see the element sign. Is there gas in here? Or a liquid?
I don't know. Is there?
We're working with an element.
C5H10.
I never even considered that.
Like fridges, you don't want to usually put on their side for very long because they can take Freon, whoever's in there.
Formula for cyclopentane, a colorless flammable liquid with petroleum-like odor.
So maybe let's not. Those nails are so deep in there too, it's not like you can even pry them out.
That's right. This is crazy. I mean, what about the one that's halfway done behind this?
So after at least an hour of being gentle with this thing, we have reached the do not give a damn anymore, and we started to get a little rough with the thing.
One for free.
Yay!
Well, we gotta get that last one still.
Alright, 7 more to go.
Like it's still boxed in here too.
Because it's still boxed within that plate.
It's not too much weight.
So we just took our chances. Onto its side it went.
Bang.
This one's coming right out.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can see it. It's just hard. How do you get the whole thing out of there?
Yeah, because I pulled it out now. Just slammed it down.
Yeah.
You got it?
What?
Now, let's grab this in.
I pull.
Yeah.
So what I think we should do. Yeah, so it's like, how do you get this thing back up without putting a ton of weight on one of the wheels? What happened?
It was just a wheel turning.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna go straight up. Ready?
Good. You're good.
Good morning. It's chilly outside, and we have a sink. Look at her. She's so beautiful. I never knew I would get excited about a 3-compartment sink, but here we are. She's gorgeous. She's just beautiful. And our hand wash sink, look. The magic.
Amazing, 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 amazing. And then we have our mop sink right there. Wait, there we go. There's a mop sink. We got sinks. We got sinks on sinks on sinks. Yes. But this situation is still quite chaotic over here. So it was time to get organized. But you know what? This was actually fun. I just put on some music and got to work. But what started as a good organizing day was about to take a turn. You honestly have no idea what to do. A tale of two proofers going on. This equipment is like as expensive as like a freaking car. More than I've ever spent before. Like there is no more money.
Single phase panel. This is the 3-phase panel.
I have no idea how we're gonna do this.